Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have a flashback review here of a Conway Stewart, and this is the Series 100. This pen I bought in December 2017, so it's about 6.5 years old. Still have it in my collection. I have sold a bunch of pens. I think I've sold about 30 pens in my collection, and I still have over 300. I've not sold many recently. I do keep toying with the idea of selling some pens, but it's always difficult. You always want to, like, it would be good to sell some pens, make way for some more and get some money back, but equally, I don't know, it's like trying to sell a sibling or a child. It's not that easy. But this is a beautiful pen. It's the Conway Stewart Series 100. It's a smaller pen. I've got the this is the Red Stardust material. I've got this in a Churchill model, which is a much larger model, but this material is really captivating. It's got this lovely pearlescent sort of chatoyance going on there, with some stardust, some gold glitter in that resin. And you can see here again on the body, it really is looking quite nice. You've got a jewel here for the Series 100, very sort of like Parker-esque style jewel, with the clip there saying Conway Stewart and the diamond at the bottom. And then the band here, the cap band, you're really not seeing much. You've got a hallmark there that you can probably see. So there's no sort of Conway Stewart listed on that other than the clip. The nib in here is an 18 karat gold. This is the flag nib, and this is when Conway Stewart closed its doors, and a bunch of guys came together, formed bespoke British pens, and used the flag for the UK flag, the Union Jack, and put that on the nib. Since then, they've actually gone back to using Conway Stewart on the nib. This is a smaller pen, and you can see that in my hand. It is a much smaller pen, but I can still write with this pen. I can also post that cap if I want to, and I don't normally post it, but I do find that feels quite nice being posted. The cap is light, it's not back weighted. It really is a nice feel to it. Now, this is a cartridge converter pen that you can see there. It's just got like a Schmidt K5 converter there. It's got an ABS plastic feed as well. But this is a nice pen, and I do like writing with this. I don't write with this as much, and this is actually, I got this in a broad nib in this one, not a medium nib, I think. Yeah, broad nib. And I don't know, I got originally a Conway Stewart Red Stardust in the Churchill and a Blue Stardust in the Churchill, and I got them with medium nibs, and I thought they were a little bit too narrow, and I figured I'd get a broad nib, so I got a broad nib in this one. But this material is really captivating. I really love this pen. It is great. You do see the inner cap liner a little bit through that material there, because it is a little bit translucent there. It doesn't bother me. I still have this in my collection, sort of 6.5 years on from when I purchased it. So I think that says something about sort of how I like this pen. The broad nib is really, really nice writing with it. So I like this pen a lot, and I always find it's really hard to stop this one from rolling. It's just because it's cylindrical, but it also tapers out a little bit around by that cap band there. But I do like this pen. It's in my collection. Would I sell it? I probably wouldn't. It's a smaller size pen, and I do typically like larger pens, but I do like writing with this pen, and I I try to bring it out as much as I can to write with. The issue always is I've got over 300 pens, so it's always difficult writing with all of them for any length of time. But I do like, I love the style of this clip, the tapering in of the body or the cap here, the jewel on it as well. I do like all of that. So I do still have it in my collection, and I probably will still have it probably in the next 4 or 5 years, because I doubt that I will probably sell that pen unless somebody comes along and maybe they offer me, maybe not money for it, but maybe another pen that I really want at the time. Maybe I would trade it in, but I think for the time being I probably wouldn't, at least not for now anyway. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have a Parker Duofold Centennial Godwin in gold, a Parker Duofold Centennial Godwin in silver. We have a Mont Blanc, and this is the Writer's Edition Le Petit Prince Aviator Solitaire Duet. We have a Mont Blanc Writer's Edition The Brothers Grimm, a Mont Blanc Writer's Edition Sir Arthur Conan Doyle 1902 edition. We have a Conway Stewart Series 100 in the Red Stardust. And I say it's a shorter pen, but you can kind of see that it's not that short compared to these other Mont Blancs. It's actually longer than the Parkers. The next pen in comparison we've got is a Mont Blanc Jules Verne, which it's about the same size on, maybe slightly a hair, well no, actually slightly less actually. So there you go, maybe it is a little bit less there. And then we have a Mont Blanc Writer's Edition, and this is the Robert Louis Stevenson. We have a Magna Carta Mag 600 in the Azure, and we have an Anoto, and this is the University of Oxford. But you can still see it's not far off of these Mont Blancs. It really is not that small of a pen. But you can see here though that this really is a beautiful looking pen. So I think with that, let's go and do a writing sample. So this is the Conway Stewart, and it's the Series 100. Oh, I was going to put 1,000 there actually. And it's a broad, and it's an 18-karat gold nib. It's a Yovo nib. All the modern Conway Stewart nibs are Yovo. I think originally they were Bock when Conway Stewart was originally open to business. The ink in here is Diamine, and it is Wild Strawberry, which is a beautiful red ink from Diamine. In terms of line variation, it's definitely a broad nib. Can I push it a bit more? Yeah, I can definitely get a double broad out of it. You can see that there on that figure of 8. And if I continue those vertical lines, there's no hard starts or skips, which shows that the nib is pretty well tuned. In terms of ink wetness, let's take a look. You can see that this is quite a wet nib. It's also a broad nib, so it is going to be a little bit more wetter than maybe a medium or a fine or an extra fine nib. Am I going to get this to balance there? There you go. So what do I like, what do I not like about this pen? Well, I still have it in my collection 6.5 years on. I haven't looked to sell this pen, and I honestly don't think I will at this stage. I always say never though, whether or not it's buying a pen or selling a pen, because your tastes change over time, and something I like now I might not like in the future. And I found that with fountain pens. I've gone through varying different sort of makes and models of fountain pens and materials and nibs, and at one point I was into 1.3mm Visconti stub nibs. Nowadays, not so much. So your tastes do change over time, and I won't say that I will never sell this pen. I just don't see it in my current future. But who knows to say what a year or two from now is going to be like. What do I like? What do I not like about this pen? Well, it's still in my collection. I love the Series 100. I like the shape. I like the size. I love how the clip fixes on, the jewel. I absolutely love this Red Stardust material. It really is beautiful. There really isn't anything that I dislike about this, other than maybe I wish it was maybe a little bit of a larger pen. But I knew that when buying the Series 100, it wasn't as large as a Churchill pen from Conway Stewart. I kind of wish that they would do maybe a Series 150 or 200 or 300 where it would be maybe the size of a Churchill. Maybe I should talk to Alistair at Conway Stewart and see if they'd be open to something like that. They clearly have the amount of material in the rods to do a Churchill, so there should be no reason to do this in a larger version, but maybe they wouldn't be able to use the same clip. I don't, possibly not, because it really depends on the hole or the circumference of that clip there as it adorns the cap finial of the pen. But there you have it. That's my flashback review of the Conway Stewart Series 100 in a broad 18-karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye-bye.